Hello everyone and welcome to the 174th episode of the Poorly Planned Podcast. My name is Benedict. You may know me better as BHL Hudson. Here we talk about movies, TV shows, bunch of nonsense. With me as always is my friend, co-host, and we really do not have a defining detail this time.
You
have a backwards cap on. That's kind of a cool look.
Thank you. I appreciate it. We're rocking the backwards cap. I went to class today, and I don't think I've ever looked like a hobo more than I did today. I got the ripped sports sweatpants. I got this weird shirt that was made for a sports tournament that's really cheap. And then I got a camo jacket that I've never worn before. Backwards cap, frizzy hair, and shoes that are broken.
Shoes that are broken?
Yeah, so it's if I step into a puddle, even if it's at the very bottom of it, I'll get completely drenched feet because there's just holes in the sole.
God. Okay, well, if the listeners could all click on the ads that come up on this podcast, so
yeah, can we get a Patreon going, perhaps?
You cannot have broken shoes anymore. Damn. I'm sorry. I'm chilling here in my lovely room with my fully functioning clothes and. Yeah, no, I'm good.
Must be nice. You privileged fuck.
Well, today, it's a bit of a special episode because this is recorded on Thursday, February 9th, 2023, so it will be going up a little while later because your boy, Freddy, is out doing what he does best, kicking the homeless. No, he's going to a Frisbee tournament.
I'm going to a little, not just any tournament, please. It is Nationals. The top of the top in the
Nationals.
UK.
So you could be looking
Does
at...
it get cooler than that? Ultimate Frisbee?
A future... Is there... Champion? Is that what you have? Winner? What, is there a highest title of sorts in Frisbee?
I mean, it could be because we're in Division 2. Could be best of Division 2.
Ooh.
I doubt it, but I'll keep you updated.
We dream big, and we put in the comments hashtag go get 'em, boo boo. Let's not put that in the comments. The fact that that's happening is that means that we cannot really do news. We can't really do mini reviews this week because we're recording it so early. So I was thinking, why don't we kick off a new era for the pod? A series of possible recurring parts that can happen throughout the year, much like we did the Disney movies ranked in 2022.
I like it.
I'm thinking throughout the year when we need a bit of a pre-recorded pod, we go for Dreamworks movies ranked.
Ooh,
parts 1 through probably 4, 5. 3? There's a lot of DreamWorks movies. I'm not gonna lie.
When did DreamWorks start their big thing?
I think 1998 maybe. So I'm springing this on Freddy. So we are of course doing the trivia game as usual. I have some trivias here. I love trivia. In future parts, we will divvy it up. So Freddy has some trivia. I have some trivia. For those who don't know, there is a real piece of trivia from IMDb, and then a fake piece of trivia that I, BHL Hudson, have come up with, and Freddy has to discern which is which. It will be difficult.
I'm concerningly bad at discerning.
Especially when most of them are jokes, and sometimes you still get it wrong.
Okay. Let me... it's not like you say... I can't even think of a DreamWorks movie. The penguins of Madagascar all have syphilis. I don't get that wrong.
I don't know what you're talking about. That is canonical. You've literally just... You're reading the IMDb summary post right now of that movie.
That's all the movie's about?
It's just them sitting in a clinic.
Recovery session.
Anyway, also...
Kowalski went ape mode? Sorry.
As it should be said, based on that, if somehow you've stumbled across this episode not knowing who we are, this is not a children's program, even though we're talking about, goofy animated movies for kids. This is not a kid-friendly show, so we put that out there.
The opposite, actually.
It's only elderly-friendly. There are time codes down below. We are going to do spoilers for all the films. So I say we just jump into it. Now, I'm going to be honest.
Let's do it.
The first run here, I'm going to imagine you have not seen a lot of these movies, so we may glance over some of them, but I will also say I have seen every DreamWorks movie up to, The Crudes, I think, because I was...
You've seen every DreamWorks movie?
Up to The Crudes, because I was going to, for the longest time, I've been trying to make this best and worst of Dreamworks video. That was going to be my next big magnum opus, literally since 2017. Do you remember we watched the B movie as a friend group in one of our friends' basement?
I do remember.
I took notes after we did that because I was going to review it in my big video. It's now 6 years later, and we are no closer to that video. So I thought, you know what, fuck it, we'll just do it on the pod.
2017 was six years ago.
Madness.
That is crazy.
That is nuts. But anyway,
6 years ago we watched the B movie together in a basement
against our will. Yeah,
we've not come far.
Honestly, yeah. How different are we now than we were then? Really. But yeah, first movie. I know you're really hyped to talk about this one. Maybe one of your favorite movies of all time.
Okay.
It is in fact 1998's Antz. With a Z, to be clear.
Ooh, you know what? I might have seen it.
With a Z, you say? That does sound smart.
That sounds very intellectually stimulating. I think actually I've seen this movie quite a lot. If I'm thinking of the right one.
Are you thinking of Arthur Minimäuserne?
Definitely not.
I don't know. It's kind of a similar vibe.
That is definitely not the same thing.
Are you thinking of A Bug's Life?
No, I'm actually thinking Antz. I've seen Antz like 10 times.
Why the fuck would you have seen Antz 10 times?
I don't know. There was something about it. So this is what started the DreamWorks monopoly.
It did. Okay, well, what do you think of Antz then? I'm curious.
Well, I haven't seen it in a while. Well, I haven't seen it.
Actually, I've never heard of that.
I used to really like it. I mean, the animation was a little creepy, if I remember. Like, there's like this ant who's supposed to be a little bit sexy. She's the love interest. Did not find her sexy myself.
You didn't drool over Princess Bala?
Bala.
More like
interesting. Like Princess Bollocks in your face.
All right, there you go. We did it.
There you go. Next movie. No, I mean, isn't there a guy who who fries the ants or something? Like with like a
microscope,
magnifying glass.
Magnifying glass. I think you're thinking of A Bug's Life. I think that happens in A Bug's Life. I think you have seen Antz. I'm not accusing you, but I think you're confusing the two.
I don't think I've seen A Bug's Life though.
Are there humans in this? I don't think so. Anyway,
wait. I'm gonna.
Oh no, you're right. Antz magnifying glass is a search. Yeah, no, you're right. Actually, you're right.
No, I'm so right.
You're so good.
Oh yeah, and it's like this guy's like, oh, God has come down to him, and then he gets fried.
Yes.
I remember that.
Well,
it's very good. Other than that, I don't remember anything about the movie.
I mean, to be fair, again, since I've been making this video for so long, I haven't seen these in quite a while, but I did look at my notes real quick, just glanced at them before we did this.
Ooh, very good.
And I did find it to be a very strange film because it's a really, watching it, with no nostalgia as a kid, watching it in my present adult state, it's a really adult movie in this, it opens with the main ant being in a therapy session, and there's a lot of existential themes and themes of the workers rising up against the establishment, and then a lot of the main ant. I mean, the main ant is voiced by Woody Allen, alleged bad person,
but also founder of Woody's alleged great place.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate that our favorite restaurant cafe was named after Woody Allen, who I think has denied the really serious allegations, but undeniably did marry his stepdaughter. So, at the very least, huge creep, potentially worse. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, it just struck me as I kind of respected the weirdness of it, that it's clearly someone's weird vision for a movie. It's not trying to appeal to kids or anything, but it's not really trying to appeal to anyone. It's who is this made for? You know what I mean?
It was some existential crisis the animators and director had for it.
Clearly. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of... I don't hate it. I would never watch it again.
I would watch it again, but I don't remember a lot of what happened. I remember, there's the general, there's the main bad guy. I feel like there is some kind of literal cliffhanging scene where one of either the main guy or the main love interest is hanging on, about to fall down into some water. Water
plays a part. There's a thing where they discover ants drown in water. Big shocker.
Massive eureka moment.
Yeah, I don't know. I would say kind of in line with DreamWorks. You know, DreamWorks goes on to become a bit of an alternative to Disney, a bit of a weirder alternative. I guess an appropriate
I'd say a weirder, and then that one, darker, appeals more to adults.
Yeah.
Overall, I want to say.
Yeah, it's a weird start, but and they definitely hone their alternative style later. But yeah, I don't know, kind of strange one, bit of a weird one to start on. Should we do some trivia?
Ooh, okay.
I have here. First of all, I just want to say this is a piece of trivia from the IMDb that I just like. How on earth is this a piece of trivia? It says this is the first DreamWorks animation film to not become a franchise, which, like, if you think about it, doesn't mean anything because it's the first DreamWorks animation anyway. The next film is Prince of Egypt, which also didn't become a franchise. So, like,
yeah,
it's the first DreamWorks movie. Whoever wrote that on IMDb, fuck you.
This is the first DreamWorks movie.
It's like, this is the first DreamWorks movie to not feature...
DreamWorks movie that had a budget. Crazy. First DreamWorks movie to star Antz. Crazy development here.
First piece of trivia. Woody Allen recorded his part as Z in only 5 days. Or, the film stars Donald Glover in his first ever feature film role. Think about it.
Ooh, I thought you were gonna go silly based on this weird ass movie.
I've gone. The first few are a little more contained.
Donald Glover. I'm sure that is. Again, I don't know, but was he not more of a musical guy and then he morphed into acting, or was it the other way around?
No, it was the other way around. He was an actor first.
I don't believe that though. Not what you just said. But,
I don't believe a single fucking word you say.
I think Woody recorded this in 5 days.
You are correct. However,
yes,
a little bit of a prank here. It does star Danny Glover. I don't know why I assumed you would have that. You would know that, but only know it vaguely enough that you could be tricked into thinking it was Donald Glover.
I know there's a Glover in here somewhere.
One of them Glover boys.
I was like, is there water in this movie? But I know there's a Glover. I know there is.
But yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna say
okay.
7
Woodies out of 3 water drownings.
Okay, great. We then have the Prince of Egypt next up. A switch back to 2D animation. So can I just say, you type so aggressively.
Like, everyone tells me that.
Whenever you're like, I hear in the edit, let me see, and I just hear tap 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 tap.
I telegraph someone.
You send a Morse code message asking your father if Donald Glover was in Antz.
Which Glover was in Antz?
He responds somehow immediately.
The $1 million question. I'm gonna phone a friend, my best friend, that is my father.
Anyway, Prince of Egypt. Wait, don't look up too much because the trivia kind of requires you not to look into it too badly.
I mean, I'm just looking at the pictures.
It's the biblical story of, Moses and Ramses and whatnot, and honestly, I think it is one of DreamWorks' best movies. Just like on pure quality. It's not like
better than Antz.
I know. This is actually the second DreamWorks movie to not have a franchise come out of it. I mean, it's not like as fun as a lot of the future DreamWorks movies, but it's just like visually incredible. Like the animation is so good. I think you would actually really love this movie. I'm sure you've seen parts of it. Like there's a very famous.
Yeah, I mean, some of these images seem familiar, but I'm sure I've not seen the actual movie in its entirety.
Well, there's like a famous scene of the plagues. Kind of, and it's like a bit of a. I mean, it is like technically a musical number, but when I say musical number, it has more of like a fun, upbeat connotation than the plagues scene.
As people drop dead around him, the Prince of Egypt is just absolutely jigging it up,
doing a Ryan Gosling La La Land dance. But no, it's a really exceptional film. It's just, I mean, it's a very well told. Story, a classic biblical tale, and the animation complements it really well. I don't know. I don't have a lot to say about it. It's just really, really good, and I think you would like it.
I would enjoy.
We did used to call Yassine the Prince of Egypt, and something that may have been offensive at the time. We don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. He's a prince. He's Egyptian.
He's a prince. His dad's a king.
His dad. Okay, I don't know if we've ever said on the pod. We won't talk names. This is his address, though. No. His dad is possibly the most regal man I've ever met. I've got the urge to bow every time I see him. I'm just like, he just fills the room with this like kingly presence, and like, but not in like an imposing way, where it's like, oh my god, I'm scared of him, but just like, you want to be his friend, but you also want to be his disciple. You get what I mean? You
have such a weird relationship with Yassine's dad. I'm pretty sure you met him maybe 3 times, and you're like, I want to be his friend, but also his disciple. However, I do kind of see what you mean. As a man who's spent a lot of time with Yassine's dad, he is I mean, we've said he has a Mufasa-type presence, and it's true.
Exactly.
Which makes Yassine Simba, which makes us Timon and Pumbaa.
Or it makes me Nala.
That's a really good point. And it could make me the bird. Anyway, I feel like we've done enough Yassine's dad talk, but
True.
My trivia for this one is a little bit different. I've gone with a list.
Who does Yassine's dad play?
I have a list of the actors who star in this film, and I want you to guess which one of them is false. So I just want to remind you, this is the story of Moses, a Egyptian Middle Eastern tale, and I just want you to keep that in mind as I list the names.
Okay.
Val Kilmer, Rafe Fiennes, Jeff Goldblum, Bruce Willis, and the most Egyptian man of them all, Patrick Stewart.
Ooh, okay. This is a tough one. I'm stuck between 2 people.
What are you thinking? What are you thinking, big dog?
I'm thinking either Goldblum or Fiennes.
Okay.
Because I think you put in Fiennes.
You're a cook.
Cook. You're a cook. Cook. I also I don't know why, but you sent me like something #GetMeTheCook, and I fully just
Get me the cook.
I don't know in a message or something, and I fully just thought it said #GetMeTheCock, and I did not understand what the connotation was.
I'm pretty sure I wrote #WhoLetHimCook, which is still not a great thing to send, but also who let him cock is also an unfortunate thing.
That's exactly what I read. I was like, who let him cock? Anyways, complete side note. I'm thinking those 2 because I think one, you would choose Fiennes because we've been talking about him a little bit lately, and it'd be a funny meme. And the other one, I'm thinking Goldblum because Goldblum, from what I know, doesn't have that many movies, and this seems like an obscure one for him to be in. But at the same time, he's an obscure man, so this might be the perfect movie.
There's a lot of layers here.
I'm gonna go Fiennes.
Well, I hate to tell you, Rafe Fiennes is Ramses. And of course, Jesus Christ, look at this cast list here. I just to list the talent, playing both Moses and God is Val Kilmer. Bruh.
Moses
Imagine that on the poster. Val Kilmer is Moses.
Val Kilmer is God.
The answer is, in fact, Bruce Willis does not make an appearance here.
Damn it.
To be clear, it also stars Sandra Bullock, Michelle Pfeiffer, Steve Martin. So, you know,
what is this insane cast?
It's quite an ensemble, I'm not gonna lie. Anyway. Holy shit, Danny Glover's in it.
No way.
And Helen Mirren. What the fuck is this movie? Anyway. Anyway.
If Danny Glover's in it, then there's trouble.
We're gonna move on to one that I don't think you've seen either, but I think you would really love. I have some slight mixed feelings on it, but have you heard of The Road to El Dorado? This screams Freddy. This is such a Freddy movie.
I see the nuttiest picture of what appears to be a naked man, and you say this screams me.
I don't know what you've searched up there.
El Dorado penis is what I've searched up here. I have not seen this, I don't think, but is this the one with that one girl that everyone thirsts over? Yes,
it is in fact that one, which does have the controversial blowjob moment, which we'll talk about. But
yes. Okay.
So anyway, it's the first very Dreamworksy movie of their run, I would say, where it's very silly, very funny, very doesn't take itself seriously at all. It's these two bumbling buffoons who end up in somewhere in ancient South America, and they, you know, go on a bit of an adventure. I think they're first like worshipped as gods, and then it's like revealed that they're not gods, and it's a whole thing. They want to like sacrifice them and all this crazy shit. I think you would love it because it is a goofy adventure, and they're sort of just. Again, yeah, it's in like that kind of Shrek style of humor a little bit, where it's just like a ton of adult jokes, like so many adult jokes that I actually
amazing.
You know me, I'm a
you know me, I'm an adult. I love jokes.
I'm a fan of the sneaky, you know, Shrek makes a bit of an inappropriate reference. I think it's quite hilarious.
Donkey has sex with a dragon kind of thing.
That is great. I love that sequence. It's a beautiful 20-minute animation.
Beautiful 20 animation of just Donkey and the dragon making beautiful love.
But this one, I actually think kind of goes too far. Like, it just has so many, like, sexual references. At a certain point, I'm like, it's kind of weird at this point. I don't know. Like, I feel like you could tone it down a little bit. It is fun. I think it suffers a little bit from, like, it's so goofy and silly that, like, it doesn't have really any heart or emotion. The story's kind of whatever. Like, it's sort of...
Okay. It's kind of like a... It's a grown-ups 2 situation.
That's a very good way of putting it, yeah. And there is, of course, the controversial blowjob moment where it is implied that the...
Yeah, but so what is she doing,
well,
actually?
Like, it's supposed to be like, oh, they're...
well, like, she's sucking cock.
Yeah, explain it to you in depth? Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, yeah. But it's pretty fun, I guess. Trivia.
I do want to watch it because it does seem like a good old time, just kind of adventure buddy movie.
It is. It's a bit of a romp. I actually I kind of forgot to put in a false one here. Okay, give me a second here.
I wonder which one's going to be the false one.
All right, trivia 1. This is the first DreamWorks animation movie to not earn a profit at the box office. A sad and possibly falsified trivia, maybe. Or trivia B. I don't know why I started. I didn't have anything. I genuinely, I don't know. Something about the blowjob. I don't know. I'm kind
of... The blowjob wasn't actually scripted. And
the animators went a little haywire. But it was so hot that they had to leave it in. There you go.
But the moment the director... Also, is there a director of animated movies? Is that the official term?
Yeah, they sometimes have like 2 directors. It's kind of like a... Yeah.
You'd think I should know that by now. But.
Maybe. Do they have like a producer on these things? I don't know.
There's money go into these movies. I'm confused.
Do they release this stuff in theaters? I don't know. I couldn't be sure. We move on swiftly to the film Chicken Run. AKA
Chicken Run. What are these obscure ass movies?
You've never heard of Chicken Run? Chicken Run's like classic. It stars real life garbage person Mel Gibson.
This is Wallace and Gromit kind of thing.
It is, yeah. But I'm gonna say,
but see, I don't like this claymation stuff.
I don't either, really. But I'm gonna say, hot take here: better than Wallace and Gromit. Better than anything Wallace and Gromit have ever made in their miserable fucking lives.
Better than Wallace and Gromit and anything they've ever done in their lives.
Worth more than Gromit's entire life. Wait, is Gromit the dog? Yes, Gromit's the dog.
Surely they wouldn't call a dog Wallace.
Why would they call a dog Gromit?
Well, would you call a guy Gromit?
Such a stoned conversation, bro. Gromit?
Bro, why would they call a dog Gromit?
I feel like watching Wallace and Gromit on any kind of substance would be a really scary experience.
Wallace and Gromit just kind of like, I'm not scared of it. It'd be kind of sad if I was scared of it, but it just kind of like...
I feel like you're scared of it.
Grosses me out a little bit. It's not pleasant to watch.
Yeah.
You know?
I think...
It's like diarrhea in my eyes.
That's your review of the Wallace and Gromit film? Goes in the DVD cover? Like literal shit in my face. But this one, I think you would maybe give it a little bit more of a pass on that front because, you know, it's all about chickens.
Chickens running.
So because of that, like that, I feel like that animation style. Like, think about this: Gromit is a much more appealing character. Don't make this weird. Than Wallace is, because like he's the humans in claymation are always kind of gross.
Deep confessions.
Don't take that out of context.
So hear me out. So Gromit,
he's got this pizzazz to him. You feel like he's got a secret.
Kind of got a few things going on there.
Because this one's about like animals, and the humans in it are supposed to be these horrific villains. I feel like it works better, like the animation style is more fitting for it. Just a very charming movie. It's very fun. I think, again, you'd enjoy. Just a lot of care clearly was put into the animation and stuff. Very funny movie as well. I don't remember what the context is, but I remember at one point they're talking about like how they're all going to die, and one of the chickens who's always knitting starts knitting a noose, and I just thought that was really funny. It just has like, randomly really dark moments of humor.
Who stars in this? Who voices these people?
Well,
who voices the chickens?
That does play into the trivia. And actually, for this one, I also have only 2 true pieces of trivia. The second one has nothing to do with the film. It just blew my mind. But I'll do it now. Mel Gibson's kids played a major part in convincing him to take the part because they were very impressed with the Wallace and Gromit shorts. You and me both. And...
You and me both, Mel Gibson's children.
The other one, and this is unrelated. Did you know Mel Gibson was the first person to be named People's Sexiest Man Alive? Or whatever magazine does that. And that was in 1985. Just a very strange fact. Like, you wouldn't expect him to be the sexiest man alive, let alone the first.
Yeah.
That is something to think about.
I mean, he's a good actor at times.
Also bad person. At times. At many times.
Apparently. But he's gotten back into it, hasn't he?
I don't think so. I think he made Hacksaw Ridge and then he's just like fucked off. I think I think he's doing the Bruce Willis one where he just kind of is in a lot of movies all the time.
Well, not anymore.
Bruce Willis isn't... Oh, right. Oh, sorry. I totally forgot. Sorry.
I think he's just doing exactly what Bruce Willis is still doing.
Sorry. I totally forgot. Sorry.
No. Looks to the heavens. No.
I was like, wait a minute. Have I done something bad here? I had, in fact. My bad. Anyway, Chicken Run, really good.
I realized I had it.
I feel like this episode is kind of a disaster in some way. I don't know why. I'm just getting uneasy vibes from everything that's going on here. I don't know. We started fetishizing Gromit. It's taking a bad turn.
You sexualized Gromit.
I did not.
You did. By saying "don't make this weird," you immediately made it weird.
No, because I could see the look in your eye when I said more appealing.
There was no look.
You're gonna be like, ah. We're gonna move on to a little-known indie obscure film, Shrek. I knew you knew. We had a moment there. We finally got into 2001's Shrek. Shrek is older than both of us. That's crazy.
That is crazy. When in 2001 did it come out?
Actually, I don't know. I could be older than Shrek. Probably summer, though, I'd assume. It's a bit of a summer romp.
It is a bit of a summer romp.
That's the...
How would you best describe Shrek? Bit of a summer romp, isn't it?
That is the only advertising for it. Just the poster, no context. It's a bit of a summer romp.
Bit of a shrummer romp.
Bit of a donktaculous romp. I don't know. I couldn't really get to anything else.
Shrummer romp. Let me top that. Donktascular. Definitely a disease. Sorry, you've got a case of the old donktascular.
It's where your anus falls out. Anyway, 2001's Shrek Odyssey.
What did you say?
I don't know.
Shrek Odyssey.
I don't know. Let's move on. What do you think about Shrek? Give me your Shrek hot take, really quick.
My Shrot take? Anyways,
also a disease related to the anus?
The Shrot. My hot take on Shrek is that Even though it is kind of underground, I think most people will probably enjoy it.
I thought you were going to say, even though it's kind of an underground opinion, most people would fuck Shrek. I don't know. I mean, I just want to put it out there. I don't know.
I might be the first to say this, but Shrek equals daddy.
Okay, anyway. Pretty good movie. I like it a lot.
Don't move on as if I'm the weird one.
You absolutely...
Anyways.
This fucking guy. To be fair, I'm sure there is a demographic.
Well, there's the whole like Shrek fantasy like TikTok.
Okay, now corner. You're the weird one because I genuinely have no idea what you're talking about.
These I don't sexualize Gromit.
Okay, well, let's not have a sexualizing Dreamworks characters off.
Okay, anyways.
Shrek,
a great movie. One of my favorite animated movies of all time.
Yes.
Again, I haven't seen a lot of the other ones we've already talked about, but I imagine this one probably takes the, like adult jokes and like the kind of self-awareness to another level, I want to say.
Yes,
for sure. I enjoy it. I'm here for it.
Yeah, I think it took what... Sorry. I read one of the trivia things and it made me laugh. I'm sorry. It took what the previous DreamWorks films had done well, like the kind of the bit of the rude humor, and then a bit of the, I don't know, a little bit of like making it different and a little more adult, I guess. And it's the perfect combination of all those things where it has heart, it has like a sweet story. It's a fun alternative for kids when they like I feel like you go through like the Disney phase when you're really young, and then like when you're 8 or 9 or something, or even a little younger, you're like, I'm a rude kid now. I want to get into like,
yeah, I'm what the kids call a bad boy.
I want to do the Shrek is farting in a pile of mud joke. It's hilarious.
Yeah, it's time for my Shrek phase.
We all had one. Let's be honest. I had a Shrek mask.
I think I'm still in mine.
I don't think I'll ever leave it. Actually, I say I had a Shrek mask. I still do.
Yeah, I remember you won a Shrek one Halloween.
Did I? Oh, I did, yeah.
Yeah.
Then I went as Wolverine the next time. Damn.
Yeah, which was just you in a tank top.
It was. God, I was so cool back then. Anyway, it's not reminiscent of the glory days.
Now it goes Jim Halpert.
But it was... Yeah, it's a really fun movie. Like and it's before, it was one of the first ones to do all this like pop culture referencey stuff, and like Eddie Murphy is the funny, he says all the pop culture things, and that is a nice boulder and all that, and it's all...
That's a nice boulder.
None of it feels tired or dumb at this point. It's also like a really fun world, like the fairy tale twist. Obviously, it's poking fun at Disney in ways. It's a really good story too. Like it's just like a fun adventure. You're going to get the princess, and then you find out, to love yourself and find people who accept you for who you are and whatnot. Just a fantastic film, and so iconic too.
It's a great time.
Music is great.
Wait. Sorry. God, they put the TV so loud. Actual buffoons. I'll quickly go close the door. I'll be right back.
All good, bro.
I apologize. Please filibuster a little bit.
All right. I love the part when Robin Hood does the... Oh, Freddy is writing something on a piece of paper. He's writing, I don't want this to be said out loud, but I always wanted to have sex with the gingerbread man. Interesting take. He's saying, I'll deny it, but this is my fantasy no matter how much I say it isn't. All right, and you're back. I
am. What have you been saying?
Just talking about how much I love the Robin Hood scene in Shrek. I think it's a great action sequence. Definitely nothing else.
Don't lie.
What do you think of Lord Farquaad?
He's very good. I assume you can relate.
No humor to be had today. Good one.
I see.
Clever.
Asshole.
I mean,
no, I think he's very, very funny. A good villain, honestly.
Yeah.
But so gross, aesthetic in a way that it's funny.
Yeah, and he gets a little boner. Remember that part?
What?
He gets a boner when he's looking at the TV.
Oh, when he's under the sheets.
Yeah, he's like, ooh. And then he rips the sheet off in a deleted scene, exposing himself.
It just starts jerking off for a 10-minute sequence.
Imagine that's on the Shrek Blu-ray. Deleted scenes. I wonder, an extended Farquaad scene. Now, this would probably be pretty funny.
Oh, this would be great. Oh my god.
He runs towards the camera.
Oh my God. Terrifying. Dick in hand, just scampering.
Scurrying as fast as he can? Why?
As he screams his own name. Fuck one. He's been hitting the gym and got them thick far quads.
There you go, great. Stronky?
Shred?
Anyway, yeah, and I think the cast is all great. I think it's a pretty perfect animated movie. Also, just like, and we'll get to this more a little bit with Shrek 2, but like, actually, like quite exciting action scenes, like when they're running away from the dragon and stuff. Like, it's actually
very exciting action.
Pretty cool.
And also, again, in the whole Shrek universe, what I love is that it.
Sorry, I'm just thinking about it. I'm just imagining a Five Nights at Freddy's-esque jump scare, but it's Lord Farquaad running at you with his dick in his hand.
God.
Continue, sorry.
Terrifying. In the whole like Shrek universe, I love that they're like the inclusion of so many classic like fairy tales and stories, and how it's just like all combined into this one world.
Yeah.
It's so good because it both appeals to the younger audience, but at the same time, you know, it's very, very fun for people who like kind of, you know all this and like have it all in one world. It just the very dynamic world. I love it.
Yeah, it's a really fleshed out, fun world, and the way it pokes fun at the various fairy tales is also fun. And yeah, when we're all in his swamp, it's the classic Shrek quote. In my swamp.
So this word that was invented for the Shrek movie, swamp. Very good.
Yeah, no, it is kind of iconic for a good reason. Trivia time.
Ooh, please.
Number 1. Shrek received his own star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Or number 2. Mike Myers originally voiced Shrek with a very heavy Jamaican accent, but it was deemed, quote, unfathomably racist, and Myers was told to knock it off.
He was told to knock it off.
Like he's just
Michael, stop.
He's doing a bit of a prank. Yeah. Ooh. I just like
I think I've actually seen the video of the Shrek star.
Ah, damn. I think I've seen that video of him doing that Jamaican accent. It's really problematic in today's day and age. I just enjoyed the idea of some director having to tell him that it is, quote, unfathomably racist. What do you think of the Shrek? That one is false, by the way, for the record, so I don't get sued.
Yeah.
What do you think of the Shrek, the Scottish accent? Do you think it's a good choice? Because
I do think it
was originally going to be like an American accent.
I really like it, honestly, because it's not really the traditional kind of voice you would have in a children's movie, but it's, I don't know. Yeah. It's so iconic at this point that I love it.
Fits very well. I used to have a Shrek,
accent.
For the first 12 years of my life, it was really weird. I had like a Shrek, it's called like a teddy bear kind of thing, and it had like the voice box, and when you pressed it, he was like, I'm an ogre. Grab your torch and pitchforks.
I'm an ogre. Grab your torch and pitchforks.
Thank you very much. I'm here till Thursday. I remember all of them. I don't know why. It's actually really weird. And I remember I also used to have a donkey, but I lost it somehow. Anyway.
Shrek ate it?
We're going to move on to Spirit, the Stallion of the Cimarron. What? It's the horse one. I sat through this movie for the video, and I'll never get that time back. I fucking despise this movie.
So is this movie just never happening? I mean, not movie, video.
Hopefully eventually, but I was thinking it'll take so long that it's fine, we can do these pods, and it'll still be like 5 years from now when it comes out, so... Cool. Spirit, I fucking despise this movie. I don't know why.
I've never seen it.
It's not even that bad. It's like a baby movie, basically. Like, it's a movie you'd put on for like a baby to just like nothing interesting happens. It's the fucking narrator / I guess the horse's voice is Matt Damon, and he sounds as uninterested as a human being has ever sounded doing anything. Genuinely sounds like he recorded it like in between a McDonald's order or something. Fucking, it's so boring. I hate it. I'm sorry. I despise it.
What's it about?
It's about a horse who gets captured, and he's a free horse, but then he gets captured and they try to make him not a free horse, but then he becomes a free horse at the end. Spoiler alert, I'm sorry. It's probably fine, but I hate it. Should we do some trivia?
Please.
Number 1. The clouds in the opening scene are shaped like a bunch of running horses. Number 2. 12 horses were killed in the production of this film, though no one to this day knows how. Just as they were animating it, they went out back and just shot 12 horses.
They just went out and just fucking...
just in pure rage.
Got their fucking shotguns out. God.
I fucking hate this movie.
I hate to do this to you. Any horse I see is gone.
We then have another one that we can spend like 2 seconds on, because I know you haven't seen it. Sinbad, The Legend of the Seven Seas.
Sinbad.
It's to be fair, a lot of this first episode is going to be the most obscure one, because after this one we get into the big boys. But Sinbad, it's another like adventure movie. It's a lot more generic than Road to El Dorado. Yeah, it's less fun. It's totally serviceable and fine, but I don't care about it.
It's got a pretty good cast, no? Brad, Catherine Zeta-Jones, Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yeah.
There's a different Fiennes.
There is. I looked at it. It's actually his brother. Yeah. Crazy.
Oh, goodness.
Cook. Trivia. Cook. Number 1. Cook. Brad Pitt and Catherine Zeta-Jones did not meet until the premiere. Or number 2. The comedian Sinbad was originally offered a role in this film, but he said, "Fuck off with your little baby piss boy movie."
Classic Sinbad moment. I looked up Sinbad and I just got the worst picture of him.
I genuinely don't know anything about Sinbad the comedian.
But Sinbad the movie, I based my own life off of.
I have my life philosophies rooted in.
So what's that whole script that's tattooed on your back? Oh, that's the entire... That's a transcript of the movie Sinbad.
Genuinely the most forgettable movie of all time. Who gives a shit?
God.
That's the subtitle.
Imagine that guy at the party who's like, "Okay guys, we're talking favorite movies. We got Django over here. We got The Martian. My favorite movie is Sinbad."
You are egged
immediately
at the party.
Kicked out of the party.
Moving on. We then have Shrek 2. Too many Shreks.
Ooh.
Actually,
Shronky.
That's a very good point. What do you think of Shrek 2?
I mean, I think it is... again, not the hottest take, I don't think, but as good, if not better, than the first one. It is kind of expands on the universe a bit, whilst also, having a good message and still being equally fun. We get Puss in Boots introduced in this one.
We do.
The music, still great.
Bangers.
Yeah, I mean, get a bit more of a... I mean, the first movie had a good plot, but it was very, kind of straightforward. This one's a bit more, there's more stuff happening. Great villain. And overall, just a great movie.
Yeah, I think it does everything you want a sequel to do. It has more of the fun of the first, but it expands on the world in a very natural way. We meet more, we get new characters. We meet more of, Fiona's family, and there's a fun kind of new type of story.
Cock-off between Shrek and her dad.
There is a great cock-off sequence. Yeah, and I mean, also the characters still have interesting arcs. I think a problem with the later Shrek films is that they kind of have done everything they can do with Shrek, and so he's just sort of like in the fourth one, he just hates his life for no reason, even though he should by all means be the happiest man ever based on the previous films.
Yeah, exactly.
But in this one, you kind of get why shit's going wrong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. Honestly, of all the Shreks, the fourth one, which we'll get to in another episode, but the fourth one is definitely the worst.
Ooh, I disagree. I think Shrek the Third holds that distinction.
Shrek the Third is a good movie.
Shrek the Third only has one good moment, and it's when John Krasinski has a cameo.
When does he have a cameo?
He plays Lancelot, a guy who beats up Arthur.
Is he Lancelot?
He is.
I remember everything about Shrek the Third.
Why is that a statement you say with passion? You say that like you're in a documentary, like that's a jaw-dropping line. I remember everything about Shrek the Third.
I remember D-Day or something.
Yeah, genuinely.
Yes. I haven't forgotten a single detail that happened that day.
As a single tear rolls down your cheek. Your butt cheek. Sorry. The whole documentary interview is just a shot of your ass. It's never explained.
And a single tear. Yes. You then zoom out, see you bawling over my ass.
Also, for some
Not
reason,
in the crying way, just making money.
just literally bawling. God,
what have we become?
Genuinely awful.
And then you zoom out, and above my naked ass is you literally bawling.
You saying, "Fuck it, we ball."
Fuck it, we go gym.
I hate my life. No, I think it's really good. I think the action's better. I'm gonna put this out on record. The final, as if I'm confessing in a court of law, the final action sequence in Shrek 2 is one of the best action scenes in any film. Period.
And you'd be willing to testify to that, sir.
Even though that would put you behind bars for 17 years. Yes, you're right.
It is so good.
It is
one
so
of the
good.
Best ones ever.
I would argue a better rendition of an already great song in I Need a Hero. Just so exciting. Puss in Boots, one of the coolest movie characters ever as well, especially animated. I remember, like, as a kid, I preferred
especially
watching
animated. Oh, I see. I thought you meant like live action Puss in Boots. I was like, what are you talking about?
A classic film. I remember I liked it more as a kid, or I wanted to watch it more times as a kid because, like, I don't know, it's kind of like, I hate to say it's cooler than the first one because that's a very uncool statement to make comparing the coolness of Shrek films, but like it has like with Puss in Boots and the big final action scene, and it has more of like a and there's a whole
it's got a grander feeling to it.
They have, I totally forgot the whole storyline of they change into like human Shrek and better donkey and whatever, and like it takes a lot of risks in a
better donkey. You mean horse?
Better donkey,
genetically modified and enhanced Shronky.
And it has like, I don't know, it still has really funny moments. It's still some rude humor, even more references this time. It's great.
I can't get over better donkey. Yeah, so the ogre turns into a beautiful human and the donkey becomes a better donkey.
Brain actually has stopped working. God. There's also, when they're stealing the potion from the fairy godmother, it's just a fun action scene. Yeah. She's also a great villain, very fun. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. There's some fun musical moments as well. I think John Cleese is very good as King. That's his name. It's great. It's a really good, fun movie. Great message. Better than the first. I would argue an A tier film.
It brings me many tears, I would say.
Ooh.
It's very, very good.
Above, as we established, your naked ass. We're gonna move on to the trivia.
So are those the bells of trivia I hear?
In the police montage, the camera following a white Bronco is a direct reference to the infamous 1994 California highway chase where cops were chasing O.J. Simpson in a white Ford Bronco. Or option B, O.J. Simpson was originally going to voice Puss in Boots.
After the controversy.
He demanded the reference to his police chase be put in. God.
The reference. God, that's a tough one.
Yeah. I do enjoy also in that the police montage when they're pepper spraying them, but they just have giant pepper grinders that they use.
I know.
It's very good.
Again, I don't want to sound like, that pretentious guy, but it is a clever movie.
It is.
It's got a lot of clever little things going on.
Little fun little deets. We're going to move on to... Well, actually, do we have time to do one more? Because I'll be honest, this was all I did trivia for, so this last one I would have to make up trivia.
Okay, I mean, this is a decent time to stop, I think. Shrek 2, End on a High.
End on a High, because we were going to go on to Shark Tale, which would be ending on a extreme low.
And that's a great one to start the next one on.
Isn't it just? But yeah. That's that. Of these, Which would you say was your favorite and least favorite?
Ooh, okay. I will say, I'll probably have to go Shrek 2 as my favorite, with Shrek the First as a close second. In terms of least favorite...
I don't think you've seen any of the others.
Please. I love Antz with a passion.
Sorry, my bad.
I'm going to have to go Sinbad, simply because I'm not a huge fan of his work.
Fair enough. I will similarly go Shrek 2 as the best, but I'll definitely be going Spirit, that story of that annoying fucking Matt Damon horse, as the worst.
Or is it just a better donkey?
You make a very good point. It is now time for...
the Timecodes.
Now, this will be very, very outdated Tom Cnews, because we are doing this like over a week in advance. But a couple of, oh goodness, so many Cnews stories. We have here, first of all, just a great headline from Collider. Edge of Tomorrow works because Tom Cruise is playing a coward. Just a weird diss. Then Harrison Ford from People.com says he talks to Tom Cruise, quote, about flying, but he's far deeper into physical acting. So I don't know what that means, but I guess...
Cruise just air humps whenever he's alone?
Harrison, let's see. Where does he talk about Cruise? I don't mind running, jumping, falling down, rolling around on the floor with sweaty guys. Sorry, said that really caught me off guard. Said the Indiana Jones actor. Tom takes it to a whole new level. That's pretty amazing. I don't know why you had to introduce sweaty guys into it, but I'm also not hating.
And also, why does Tom Cruise take it to a whole nother level?
He likes to do it completely nude, actually. I don't know if I've told you about that.
And the sweaty guys are actually pigs.
They're like, Harrison, we asked about the new Indiana Jones film.
Harrison, we asked how your marriage is going.
Yeah. They're like, so Harrison, how's the relationship with you and your children? He's like, well, I love wrestling with sweaty guys, but Tom Cruise does it to a whole other level.
So Harrison, after the diagnosis, what's been going on in your head? Tom Cruise wrestling sweaty guys with me.
And then also from thenews.com.pk, Tom Cruise shuts down Mission Impossible filming to attend King Charles's coronation. God.
Why does Cruise have his tongue so far up that royal booty hole?
A question posed by King Charles himself.
King Charles refers to his own rectum as that royal booty hole.
It comes up very often in daily conversation. He is real in tight with the...
Charles, what's the weather looking like today? Look at my royal booty hole. Just screams it.
King Charles also, I don't... should we hate on royals? I feel like that's a dangerous path to go down. He just seems like not a cool guy, personally. Apparently he's good friends with Kate Middleton and Prince William. I don't know, whatever. I mean, on the surface, good for you, Cruise. Kind of strange, but yeah. Also, motherfucker doesn't stop production of Mission Impossible for anything. But he has to go on his little British romp.
Little British cruise.
Yeah. He really did something there.
Didn't even mean to.
We're going to move on to the announcements and such, which we're actually not doing this week because we're recording this before the next pod has even come out. I do want to say, though, correction to last week's pod. I did mention my prime blue raspberry flavor, and I accosted you for never having had blue raspberry flavored ice cream. I was mistaken. It's actually black raspberry I was thinking of, which still I'm sure you will be confused by. But
yeah,
that is the flavor.
Doesn't make it any better.
Black raspberry is very good. Well, that is the pod for this week. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, drop a like, subscribe, hit the bell button, leave a comment down below what you think of the Dreamworks films and what you thought of this episode. You can find me on YouTube, BHL Hudson, Instagram, Twitter, BHL_Hudson. You can email the pod at bhlhudsonvisit@gmail.com. I'm also on Letterboxd at RealBHLHudson, TikTok, BHL Hudson. The fan pages are linked down below as well. Everything's down below as well. Boom.
Everything's happening down below, it seems. You can find me on Twitter at @Adult Sniper. You can find me on... What did you say?
I said Gromit style. The actual disappointment. You're just like a dad there. You're like... God damn it. Fuck, man.
Did he really just say Gromit style?
Sorry, wait. There was just a horrific moment the other day where one of my friends, his girlfriend was there, and we were all talking. She was like, "Oh, guess who's like my favorite?"
That's it. That was the bad moment.
She was like, "Oh, guess who my favorite artist is?" And one of the guys just goes, "Sigh." Just caught me way off guard. Continue. Sorry.
So you can find me on Instagram at Fidalgo. You can find me on Letterboxd at FTK_Thwilms and on YouTube at FTK Space Gaming.
Thank you very much for listening, and we will see you next time.
Donktacular.